This is the Scary Movie Clubcast.
Live from the clubhouse, this is Scary Movie Clubcast. This is Nadine.
And this is Amanda.
And tonight, we watched the first of 12 movies. We're going to watch in a row, because it's the 24-hour movie marathon. So the first movie that we watched is the directorial debut of Guillermo del Toro. It is called The Devil's Backbone, and Amanda's going to give us a very quick summary.
World War II, I'm pretty sure, and we're in Spain, and there's a bunch of orphans and a ghost.
Yeah.
And a bad, bad man.
Ugh, the worst. I will say, guys, we started at midnight. It is 1:58 right now. And this is the first movie of 12.
It's only getting better from here.
Yeah. We're going to be in such a good mood later.
Yeah. Favorite part?
I mean, I like it all. I really like the idea of, like, the bomb in the middle of the school, like, sort of representing, like, this guy who is, like, a ticking time, like, who's, like, a bomb that's gonna go off at some point that's just, like, around, and people think it's safe, but it's not. So I like the symbolism of that a lot.
I guess I like that the boys all become friends.
It's cute. Yeah, it's nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, it makes you have hope that Jamie isn't going to turn out to be a crazy person.
Like that other guy, because he was an orphan. The bad guy started out as an orphan.
I know. Least favorite part?
The sex scene. I didn't
like.
Yeah. No me gusta.
No, because we already hated that guy.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. When the guy drank the rum that had been spiced with fetus.
the Devil's Backbone fetus rum.
That was terrible.
It was nasty.
Yeah.
He just really wanted to get it on with that lady, but
yeah, poor little guy.
It don't work like that.
So sad. Different time. Other things are not as available.
Yeah.
Also, though, the fact that he was talking to that child about impotence was also wild. I was like, scares?
I guess it's kind of scary when they're in the hall, like when Carlos is in the hallway and the ghost boy is coming up towards him and he's so far away, going so slow, and then Carlos is like, I need to get away, and he goes to open a door, locked, goes to open the next door, closet, and then he turns, ghost boy. Yeah,
especially because I don't know about you, but since there were 3 doors, I thought for sure that the second door would also be locked and he'd have to go to the third door, so they did get us a little. I thought that the scares were, like, fairly well done. Like, I mean, not, like, insanely good, but like, the first time that they showed the ghost boy, I was like, ugh! Like, oh, man.
Not good.
Yeah, so not too bad. And, yeah, and definitely the villain, like, made him, like, upsetting enough that I never knew what he was gonna... Like, I knew that he would be willing to do the worst possible things.
Yes.
The fact that he cut that kid's face with that knife.
I know. Just for being out.
Yeah. Insane. Laughs?
When there's the drawing of the naked lady.
That's mine!
And the one kid talks about how her vagina is the wrong direction. He's like, it looks like a mouth.
I just loved the one kid being like, she's a looker. She's a looker. Oh, man. If you haven't watched this movie, you gotta look up the picture to know why it's so funny. Oh, man. There was something else, too, that made me laugh. I remember, but I can't... I remember the laughing, but I don't remember what it was at. Someone, like, said something crazy, or... I remember when I laughed. When he's, like, looking at the kids with their spears, and he's, like, laughing because he's like, oh, it's gonna be so easy, and he raises the gun, and the other kid comes out with the spear and gets him right in the armpit. And I was like, yes, perfection.
Sweet justice.
Everything you want. Mm-hmm. And also, like, you're so dumb that you thought that they were just gonna line up for you. Plot quality? Very solid, I thought.
Yeah, considering I probably missed half the dialogue because I had to read it all, and I'm a slow reader, I don't know.
Yeah. This movie is definitely worth watching, even with the subtitles, I do think. But yeah, never again will we be putting a subtitled movie in with our 24-hour movie marathon, because it has to be the first movie. You can't do it any later than that, obviously. Mm-hmm. But even for the first movie, what regret we felt. I mean... Because it's like, for the first movie, you want to settle in. Like, you want to be like, oh, anything... But no, we had to pay so much attention.
So much attention. Laser focus.
Yeah.
It never got there.
So I will say, for this, since we're doing 12 movies and it's like a whole 24-hour thing, we're going to be real tired by the end. Instead of rating each thing out of its own individual thing, like we usually would, we're just going to rate everything out of pumpkins. So get ready for that. Mm-hmm. So what would you rate this one, Amanda?
Feeling optimistic, gonna give it 4 pumpkins.
Same. I thought it was very good. I really liked it. Like, honestly, for this to be like a first movie that someone put out, very well done, I thought. Also, I really liked the acting in it. They did a good job of like having characters I liked, characters I hated, characters that were like flawed but redeeming themselves, like arcs.
Yeah, the kids were really great.
The kids were really great.
They
good
did a pretty good
actors.
job, yes.
Oh my gosh, when the tutor leaves it, like little like heartbreaking parts.
Heartbreaking.
Oh, so good.
Doesn't even say bye or anything. He's just like, here's your bag.
I know.
Doesn't even say that. Just leaves it.
I know.
Walks away.
Oh, so sad. I did love when that guy's friends left him. And he had just found the gold. It's so beautiful in both directions. That poor woman, though, carrying that gold around and that, like... so let's see. So that was 8 minutes recording the first one. Let's see how quick and less we have to say as the time goes on.
Yeah. I mean, we did take time to think, and then the intro took up a little time.
Yeah.
So, but...
I mean, if you think that we are going to need time to think later,
I know.
If anything, that time is going to expand.
I'm going to try and take notes while we watch the movies. I couldn't do it during this one.
Okay.
Because of the subtitles.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, the notes are going to look insane, like my one stew for Treehouse of Horrors, because I'm just watching and I'm just, like, writing things down that are, like...
Interesting. Intrigue. Oh, yeah, and that's why we aren't doing fun facts also for these guys. But because of that, any of these, like, if you want to hear, like, a full-length review of it, just let us know, and we can put it into a later season. All right, we will be back in an hour and a half or something. We're gonna go watch The Fly. Okay, you guys, we are back. We just watched The Fly. Yuck. Amanda, quick summary.
This mad scientist, he basically goes mad, but he creates a teleporter. He accidentally teleports himself with a fly.
Yeah, to be clear, he was not sane to begin with.
Yeah.
But...
he becomes a fly man, and it's horrible.
Yeah. Real gross.
Just as gross as every David Cronenberg movie I've ever seen. My favorite part was that the larva baby was just a dream.
Yeah, that's very fair. That was nice.
I was like, oh no, not larva baby. And then she woke up, I was like, whew, what a relief.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, man. I took a couple notes, but it's mostly about stuff I hated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hated a lot of it.
I know. I did like that when he was, like, officially turning into the fly. I thought it was funny that his eyes just melted out. I don't know why. Just, like, stupid. What were our least favorite? What was the worst of the worst?
For me, my least favorite part was their relationship.
Yeah.
I hated it. It was gross.
Yes.
He was gross. They were gross. It went too fast.
Yes. Yeah, for me, just my least favorite part was that they clearly didn't understand women at all, the men who wrote this.
It also just, like, it also starts with them not being a couple in the beginning. Like,
yeah.
She goes through way too much of this relationship when he's, like, going through his fly transformation for it to be a new relationship. Like, it'd be different if they'd been together for years.
I mean, you would think that this was, like, her soulmate, the love of her life, from how much she's, like...
stood by him when he turned into a disgusting fly man.
Yuck. Oh, gosh.
Was treating her bad, too, shortly after his transformation.
I know, he literally went and slept. That was the last thing he did when he still looked decent, was go off and sleep with someone else.
Yeah.
Oh, what a nightmare. Laughs?
Yeah, that was the hard one. I think the funniest part for me was his face when he realized he spliced his DNA with a fly when they fused together.
Yeah.
The face he made after it all came together right before they cut to, like, him and DNA was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. I get that. I don't know why, but I did think it was funny, the scene that the ex-boyfriend boss caused in the store. Because I was like, you lunatic.
I know, yes.
Like, what a crazy person. Also, just personally, like, when they drive to this really sketchy place, it's like, girl, why are you even going here? I can't believe you go inside. Like, I don't even know why you're giving this strange man a ride home. And then he immediately starts playing the piano. And I, like, told him, I was like, this for me would be the worst of the whole thing. I would be like, what are you doing?
Like, I thought you were just gonna murder me.
Yeah, but now I have to listen to your music first? Kill me. Scares?
For me, I would say the scariest part is when he first starts crawling on the walls, but he's still acting like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
It's, like, very unnerving because of the way he's moving, and then also just the cadence of Jeff Goldblum, like, speaking is, like, not a great combo. It's totally insane.
The moving versus the talking, it, like, doesn't match. Also, sometimes it literally doesn't match because the voiceover is not accurate. Like, even with the Gina Davis character. Yeah, I would say... Ooh, I was scared when they teleported the baboon and then it ran into his arms. That was scary for me.
The expendability of these baboons was insane.
Who's his baboon guy? Like,
I don't know, but he's covered one of these baboons to let them jump into his arms and give him a hug.
Such a weird movie, because it's like, how do you have a piano in your lab and you are sleeping on a sofa bed that is 2 feet too small for you?
I know, it's insane.
Like, the way that they had him laying on that, it was so funny, because, like, it was not comfortable on either end. Like, his head wasn't laying down and his feet were off the side.
He's too big.
Oh, so weird. Yeah, not like scary, but very gross. I mean, gross to the point that it's almost scary. Like, Amanda had closed her eyes at that point, but oh my gosh, watching him peel his nail off, like, I could gag.
I was literally like, if I saw it, I probably would have thrown up.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it was very bad too. Like, I was thankful that you didn't have to see it. It was upsetting. Yeah, and then the only other part too that made me laugh, I'm going back to the laughs, but, and it shouldn't have, because it's not like meant to be funny or anything, but just, Amanda had already talked about like how upsetting the body horror is for her, and then I know personally that Amanda hates watching people throw up. And then when he just, like, out of nowhere vomits on the donut, I was dead. I was like, oh, poor Amanda.
So gross.
Yeah. Oh, man, I just hated the way that they treated women in this. When they had sex, there was just no reason for her to be attracted to him in that moment. None.
Nope.
Didn't make any sense. Like, she had just found out that this guy has only 5 of the exact same outfit, and that's what he wears every day. He hadn't been doing anything. Crazy pants. Plot quality, nothing to write home about.
I mean,
it was fine.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, but, like...
Yeah, it is, like, the plot quality is not necessarily the issue here, but it's not, like, great either.
Just because their relationship's so flimsy.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that she's so devoted to him after dating him for such a short period of time.
Yeah, it would help if he had been, like, very charismatic and, like, very attractive. Like,
I feel like they should have been dating throughout this whole process. Like, she should not have been a reporter. She should have just been, like, his girlfriend. His long-term girlfriend who's been going through this with him the whole time.
Yeah.
I would have even liked it better if she was, like, an assistant or, like, another scientist and they were working together on this. And then he goes and does something crazy, like go through the pod while she's not around.
Yeah.
It would make so much more sense, her level of devotion and her trepidation about everything.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, I did also love the part when she has been the one, like, she was definitely the sexual aggressor, and then also she's been the one, like, upping the relationship, like, being like, let's go away together, we're like an old married couple. And then when he uses her exact same words and makes a joke about them being an old married couple, she's like, whoa.
Slow down.
Yuck.
Where are you going? What are we doing?
I was like, oh, you're mean, you're a bad person. Everyone in this seemed crazy, like, all 3 of the main characters.
Yes.
Their own brand of crazy.
Yes.
I think for me, it's going to be a 1 out of 5 pumpkins, because I do think that the plot quality is fine. I do think that it's gross enough to be upsetting, which I guess is, like, the goal of, like, a gross horror movie. But I would never watch it again, and I really wouldn't recommend it to anyone either. I especially wouldn't recommend it to anyone I knew that, like, the only people that I would recommend this to would be men, and it's because they wouldn't care that the women are written like women would never ever act.
They wouldn't even notice.
They wouldn't even notice.
They're like, this is normal. This is normal behavior. Everyone's acting normal in this.
Exactly. Dummies.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I was thinking about giving it 2 pumpkins, but honestly, I'm going to give it 1, because this is... I
originally was going to give it 2 about halfway through, and then it dropped down to 1 by the end.
The more Cronenberg I watch, the less I like it. I don't like his son's movie, Infinity Pool, either. And that has Alexander Skarsgård in it. it's just, there's just so much grossness, and it's like a specific brand of disgusting that I don't like.
Yeah.
And he likes to combine these, like, organic nastinesses with technology and stuff, and a lot of stuff, like in Videodrome. It's not appealing. Also, Dead Ringers, ugh, it's so gross.
Yeah. So that is our review of The Fly. It is... Oh, it's 3... Sorry, I was looking at a screenshot, and so I had just looked at the time, and it was 3:51, and then it looked like I was seeing the time at the top, and it was 11:01, and I was like, that's not right. Sorry. So we're gonna go watch Grindhouse. It is 3:52 a.m.
Yay.
Huzzah! It's more than 3 hours later, and we are back. We just watched Grindhouse, and Amanda's gonna give us a quick summary.
So Grindhouse is a double feature of Planet Terror and Death Proof, even though it's listed as Death Proof then Planet Terror. But anyway, it's not the order they played them in.
Yeah.
Planet Terror is basically zombie apocalypse stuff. Very gross.
Yeah.
And then Death Proof is about a killer stuntman who messes with the wrong ladies at the end.
Yeah, thank goodness. Oh,
Yeah.
such a joy. So favorite part?
To keep it short and sweet, I just did what my favorite parts were from one and not both. So my favorite part, I really like the movie in the chase scene of Death Proof, the music. Did I spot it? I really like the music in the chase scene in Death Proof, where they're just weaving between the cars. It was definitely that, like, kitschy, like, 1970s, like, movie vibe. And I loved the freeze from at the end where they're jumping for joy after beating them up.
It was so good. Yeah, I mean, I definitely like Death Proof much more.
Yes.
It's just a much better made movie. Probably my favorite part was her, like, jumping up, being like, I'm okay.
Yeah, that was cute.
Classic. So good. Least favorite parts?
It was the body horror in Planet Terror, especially the tongue part. I couldn't watch that. I was like, no, because there was definitely a part where Josh Brolin's like squeezing one of the pustules on the tongue, and I was like,
then he was doing it
no, thank you.
It was weird. Weird vibes. I don't know why. No, I know my least favorite part for sure. It was at the very beginning of, what was it called? Planet Terror?
Yes.
The idea of having opening credits where Rose McGowan is like dancing to something, and then Harvey Weinstein's name comes up is just gross. Like, I hated that with my whole heart.
Yeah, well, that was before he got busted.
Either way, though, I mean, it's done. I mean, honestly, I literally would go back and change it. Like, even now, I think it's worth changing. It's that upsetting. Laughs?
Oh, I like the part in Planet Terror where the one cop says to the deputy, who's played by Tom Savini, quit your hollering and put a Band-Aid on it to his bitten off finger.
That was really funny. Oh, man. Yeah, and then we used that later, too, with the stump leg. I mean, they didn't say it when he was... I mean, he may as well have been saying it, though. He was like, get up.
Yeah, she's like, my leg is gone.
He's like, so what?
Recently.
Yeah. But that time frame was weird, though, because she had just lost that leg and they already had her set up for something else. Like,
for a prosthetic,
yeah. For a prosthetic. It was
crazy.
Very odd. I think my laugh from Planet Terror would be when the guy was like, when Ray comes into the barbecue place and he's like, yeah, don't choke on all that food you ordered. Since he didn't order anything. And then from Death Proof, it was for sure the spit take. Like, honestly, swap the two. Like, the laugh can be her jumping up being like, I'm okay, and then my favorite part is him spit taking.
When he sees the girls.
Yes, they're just coming up behind him and he's so shocked. He's like, wait, but I am the predator. How am I now the prey? Yeah. So good. So good. Scares?
I mean, I didn't find either of them particularly scary, but what does scare me is what might have happened to the friend that they left behind in Death Proof.
Yes.
Poor Mary Elizabeth Winston. That guy was real creepy, and they just left her alone.
I will say I was scared when she left the kid alone in the car with the gun, because I knew exactly what would happen. That was a nightmare. And then the idea, too, and, like, obviously that husband is, like, a horrible, terrible person and does play some role in all of it, but when she was like, look what you did, I was like, look what you did.
Yeah.
Like, So I guess we're ranking them as one movie because that's how we watch them.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it really, really changes what I would rank each.
Yeah.
So to average them together is going to be confusing.
I would say as a total for me, 3 pumpkins.
Yeah, because I will say, if I was ranking Death Proof by itself, I would probably give it like a 3.7, 3.8, and if I was ranking Planet Terror by itself, I'd give it like a 1.3. So I guess probably like a 2.6 together. We'll be back in a little bit. We're gonna go watch The Witch. I don't know. I don't feel confident in how to say that.
Oh, it's just witch. You can just say witch.
Okay, because it's not
Yeah,
written as that.
they spell it with 2 V's, but it's to be cute. Like, they're trying to be cute. I don't know.
Okay, we're back. It is 8:45 in the morning. We've both had our breakfast cake, and we are, so happy to be awake right now. All right, so we just watched The Witch, and Mana's going to give us a quick summary.
So basically, it takes place in New England during the colonial times. A family that is banished from their town is tormented by outside forces, probably a witch.
That was a pepper kiss, in case you were wondering. He's sniffing around over here being like, where's my breakfast cake? All right, what were our favorite parts?
I really like the line, "Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?" Pepper gets it. He's like, I would, in fact.
Pepper literally just took his paw up, grabbed Amanda's hand, pulled it to his mouth, and was like, cake on you? Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
Yes, I like it. It's like, I don't know, it's pretty creepy to me, and I kind of really like that whole sequence. Like, it's like pretty spooky.
I didn't love it. I guess the part when they were by when she's washing her dad's shirt and her little brother comes up, and then I don't know, she just starts messing around with him in this sweet little way, and they have a cute little sibling moment. I guess that. Least favorite?
I don't like watching Thomas have to take the fall for the cup when her dad and brother both know exactly what happened to Mom's silver cup.
Yeah, which is not on the brother. I mean, he's
he's like, I can't tell Dad's secret.
Yeah.
But I don't love that Thomason becomes the scapegoat for everything, but I think that's sort of the point, is that she is a scapegoat.
Yeah, but then the director wanted to make sure that we weren't in question about whether or not he was sexist, because he makes sure to be at the end oh, she doesn't have any moral fiber or anything. Don't worry, all women are villains. Least favorite part is tied between all the incest, overtones, to the point where I really wonder if Robert Edgers is a victim of that, because it's so throughout it. And then also the mush mouths that they speak with. I'm like, what are you saying so much of the time? Laughs.
When the twins are leashed.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
We both died laughing, and we both instantly got our notes out, and it's
It's so good.
It is so good. I also laughed and loved the part when Mercy jumps out and is like, I'm Mercy, the Witch of the Woods. And that was just so cute. Oh, cute little kids. Scares?
I just said the stolen baby jump scare.
Yes, that one was the best jump scare of the whole thing.
Because it's just she has her eyes covered for a second, and she's so far away from the edge of the woods that it would be hard for someone to grab the baby and run back.
It would be impossible.
Witchcraft.
That's why when they tried to say that after, I was like, no. That's not a thing.
Witches.
Yeah, that was terrible. And I really felt for her too, because I was like, how are you going to explain this?
I
you're
know.
going to sound crazy. Yeah, that was horrible. And then probably the only other, it's not scary, but it was upsetting, was the crow pecking at the mother's breast.
Yeah. Unpleasant, for sure.
Definitely unpleasant. Plot quality, is that where we're at?
Yeah, that's always the last thing we do.
It was okay. The plot quality, I didn't think was particularly the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any issue with it either. Because, the whole idea is, this family becomes isolated, and then the daughter becomes a scapegoat and has no other choice but to join this coven, because she's not going to have any community. She can't go back where she came from, and surviving on your own out there is far too difficult. I'd probably give it, a 3.5 pumpkins.
Oh, very high. I will give it 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my thing. Didn't like it. The incest stuff really bugged me. Even just the beginning when that woman was creepily touching that baby, I found just so gross. Honestly, I was angry that it had even been filmed. I was like, what's happening? Whose baby is this? Who is letting this happen to their baby? Gross. So even from that, I was like, it's gonna be real hard to win me back. So guys, we are 4 movies in, 8 more to go. So 1/3 of the way, we're gonna go watch The Dark and the Wicked. We're back, and we're not tired at all. It is 10:26 a.m. We just finished watching The Dark and the Wicked, and Mana's gonna give us a very short summary.
The children of these two farmers come back because it's the last suspected days of their dad's life. He's on hospice care, it seems like, and but there's also something dark and wicked there.
Yes. Let's see. What was our favorite scare?
Late night lights on the second time did get me, but that last jump scare at the end just got me really good.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I will say, just the moment when the brother walked into his house with his family and they weren't like immediately there, and you start immediately getting that feeling of like, oh, I don't like it. Yeah, that one probably was mine. How about laughs?
Not really a funny moment at all.
None, yeah.
I said the funny part for me was when both of us together said,
From where?
When that random girl shows up to be like,
I heard you scream.
yeah.
Literally from where?
From where?
The great beyond, apparently, as it turns out.
Yes. From hell.
Yeah. Probably the only thing that got me was they tried to do like a sound jump scare in the movie, and it happened right at the same moment that there was hammering upstairs, and I was like, I was like, that was a good one, but only because of the real life.
Yeah. Surround sound scare.
Exactly. What was our least favorite part?
For me, it was the nurse waiting until after the mother kills herself to be like, yeah, she's been talking to herself. I didn't want to tell you because it wasn't my place.
But I could tell she'd gone crazy.
It is your place, ma'am. You're a nurse and you've been there all day, and you should just be like, I mean, I don't want to offend, but your mom's kind of talking to herself.
My least favorite part was just that it was so slow as far as in the beginning, and and just so little dialogue. I could have used a lot more dialogue. What was our favorite part?
Oh, I like the part where the daughter calls the man she thinks is a priest, and it's like, he's in Chicago, it's not him. And then it's like, he's like, you know, I have a daughter named Louise who killed herself. That's crazy. That was spooky to me.
Yeah, that was good. That was well written.
Yeah.
Well realized. I do think that the fingers part was done well, in the sense that, like, we knew that her cutting her finger was coming, but no one, I mean, we could not have guessed.
Chopping off 3 fingers straight up.
Intentionally.
And then dicing them.
Yeah, that was crazy. But my favorite part is I always love it when someone loads a gun against a ghost. Is one of my favorite horror tropes. It's always so much fun. I'm like, nothing bad's gonna happen here.
No, definitely no accidentally shooting anybody else.
We know. We load guns against ghosts and then we hand them to children to hold. That's what we do.
I mean, in Supernatural, they do it all the time, though. But they fill the shells with rock salt.
That was The Dark and the Wicked, and now we're gonna go watch Tremors. We're excited. We really needed, like, some comedy.
Yes, for sure.
We are back. It is 12:12. You can see the sunlight creeping in, although we're pretending it's not. And we just watched Tremors, a horror comedy. Ha ha ha.
Yes.
Happily. Amanda's going to give us a quick summary.
Well, basically, it's a small town in, where was it, Nevada? Arizona?
Sure.
The desert.
Yeah, the desert.
You know, our leads are just living their life, and then there's something shaking under the ground.
Yes,
A creature.
Yeah, it was interesting. What was the best scare?
I think I went for Mindy on the pogo stick. Was pretty an intense moment when she's like out there just hopping on her pogo stick with the headphones on. You're like, not the cute little girl.
Mine is the cute little girl too. It's when she trips on her way to the rocks. I'm like, oh no, everyone stop everything. Always definitely worry the most about the child. Laughs. This one's gonna be saturated.
Yeah. I loved the part where the shop owner goes, here's some Swiss cheese and some bullets.
It's so good. That was on my list too.
Also, like, Swiss cheese was the perfect cheese to choose to give with bullets because it has holes in it.
Yeah, it's not lost on us. We get it. Oh man, I also loved him calling them world-class breast. I don't know why, but that really stuck with me. I'm gonna think about that.
That's what Valentine likes. Kevin Bacon's character.
Oh man. So scares, laughs, least favorite parts?
I would say my least favorite part is Rhonda and Valentine falling for each other.
Yeah. It's not the right match.
No, she should be with Earl.
Yes, yeah.
She's the kind of woman he's looking for. And, like, they're just cute. Like, her little, like, pardon my French at the end when he's been saying it the whole time.
So cute. Which I did love that running bit, too. That, like, he kept saying pardon my French and then swearing again right after. That was cute. Oh, man. Let's see. My least favorite was the guy who didn't, like, listen to his wife when she was like, let's just get out of here. And then the fact that then she, like, just stayed in the station wagon, went down with the ship. I was like, why? For what? And what was our favorite parts?
I mean, I love this whole movie because it's, like, one of those ones that I just grew up watching.
Yeah.
It's just, like, really fun. But I especially like the parts with Reba in it. Like, she is pretty great. Perfect. She plays her role perfectly.
Yes. I really, really loved when Reba was like, you didn't get penetration. It's so weird. What a weird... that might be my favorite part. I really did like it. Plot quality?
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's a little like, where did the graboids come from? Nobody knows.
Yes.
But they're there now.
Yeah. Like, I do think it could be improved, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, the other least favorite part that I had was that guy wasting so much time on the roof when they're all trying to get out of there. Like, dude, yes, you're, like, building bombs and that's nice. It's gonna help out. Yeah. But also, like, come on. People gotta go. Oh, the canyon fuse part was really funny, too. What is this stuff? Canyon fuse. What do you use it for? My cannon! So good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so what do we want to rate it?
I just gotta give it 5 out of 5 pumpkins for old time's sake. I love it.
Yeah, I get
so
that.
Good.
Whenever it's something that, like, you've watched since you were a kid, it's like a different...
It just feel good to me.
Yeah. I would say it's like a 3 out of 5 pumpkins for me. I did enjoy it. I would recommend it to certain people, but not to everyone. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. Alright, you guys, that was Tremors. We are going to go on a quick walk, get some sunlight in our lives. We're going to come back and watch Bone Tomahawk.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Western.
It is 2:49, almost 3 p.m. We took a little walk before watching Bone Tomahawk because, you know, when you're 6 movies deep and haven't slept all night, the thing that you need to add to that is being sweaty. So we just watched Bone Tomahawk. Amanda's going to give us a quick summary.
Western town. Oh gosh, during like the 1800s or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Saloon times.
Yes, saloon times. Wild West times. This drifter comes into town and he's a bad man. And he brings with him a real bad crowd who are after him because of...
rude behavior.
Yeah, desecrations, murders, things like that.
Yeah.
And so it's mostly just a journey about going to save the town doctor and one of the deputies.
Yeah.
And the friends we make along the way.
Yeah. An unexpected, like, dark horse for me, like, coming out as my favorite so far.
I know, I really liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Like, well, I don't want to... Let's get into our things.
Okay, yeah. I mean, but man, it blows my mind, though, because, like, I never would have thought, like, when I was thinking, like, Western, I was like, all right, here we go. No, so good. All right, scarce.
That's a great question.
Classic Earth sign move. I know a Capricorn who does that all the time, who says that's a great question, or what a good question, when they're, like, biding time to think. They're like, wait, you asked me something I don't know? I'm an Earth sign. That's crazy.
Oh, it's like right before everything goes down. Like, they're, like, just about to get to the cannibals, like, lair. Mm-hmm. And just the tension is, like, was so much for me. I was like, oof, I haven't been this tense watching something in a minute.
It was. And then stuff happened so fast.
Yes.
Like, I think for me the scare would be when Chicory, who we love so much, so much, when he was like, first thing I'm gonna do when I get back, and we both were like, no, like, don't jinx yourself, what are you saying? And so then the whole rest of the movie we were like, is Chicory okay? What's happening?
Too much of a sweet little jelly bean.
Yeah.
It was like they were setting us up to just murder him and break our little hearts.
Yeah, I thought for sure.
I thought for sure too.
Laughs. So many.
So good. The dialogue in this?
Very
superb.
well done.
So good.
I mean, literally the whole conversation where all they're doing is talking about reading in the bath, and it's so good.
It is so good. I really like one of the first jokes in the movie. It's one of the first ones I wrote down. It's like David Arquette, the original bad guy.
I think I have this one written
His
down.
partner says to him to save the jokes no one likes for around the campfire. And then I also wrote down the corn joke.
Oh yeah, what was the corn joke again?
So the sheriff, Kurt Russell, sitting down, backup deputy comes in to talk about his ramble that he went on to scout about. and he pours him something, and they're drinking it out of these cups.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like...
And this was chicory, right?
Yeah, it was chicory. And
He's the comic relief.
He says... tastes like corn. And then Kurt Russell says, it is corn.
Yeah, it's corn
and
chowder.
Says, it's corn chowder, yeah. And he says, and then Chicory says, well, then things line up.
Oh, God.
Everything he said, oh my gosh.
Simplicity itself.
Oh my
gosh. Okay, so I will say, I didn't write down the save your jokes for around the fire part, but in that exact same exchange, I died when the guy was like, my uncle had an acquaintance with a man who used to be a doctor. Like, so far removed from having medical knowledge. And yet still trying to brag about it.
Yep.
Although I will say, my favorite laugh, like, of the whole thing is Patrick, whose booty we really don't get to see very much in this.
No booty shots.
And so much walking, and no booty shots.
No booty shots.
Get
just
your life,
limping
director.
around.
Get your life. And for anyone who, like, doesn't know who hasn't listened to the podcast, go back and listen to our Conjuring episodes. It all makes sense.
Yeah, it all comes back around if you go there.
Literally, as soon as he came on screen, I was like, get up, give us a tour.
I know.
And then what did you say at one point?
I don't even remember.
Like that they weren't showing it because we can't handle it or something. I can't remember. But the way you worded it was funny. But when his character is like upstairs, invalid, and then he comes to get the doctor, and I wrote it down. He was like, make any flirtatious remarks in my wife's direction. There'll be a reckoning.
He's laid up, foot on a pillow, upstairs in the bed.
Which honestly, he said it so like casual and fine that then when they do the reveal later that like, dude, that guy did actually like want his wife and stuff, it still felt like a surprise to me. So well done.
So good.
Least favorite parts.
I kind of like, I don't love that the cannibals were Native Americans.
No.
Like, I kind of wish there was like a twist and you'd find out that they were actually white people.
That would have been very nice.
I would have loved that. And they're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, especially the sounds they have to make. And I mean, it is like racist. Like, the way it's done, it is not portrayed in a non-racist way.
I mean, I think it's a little bit better that when you find out that it's like this weird thing that they've like modified their
that
throats
does help.
with.
I was grateful
and it's not
for
like
that in many directions.
they're not like a human making that sound.
Yes. Oh, but then when they showed the women,
that was upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah. But yeah, so I totally get that and agree with it. My least favorite part is that Chicory's wife name was Nadine.
Yeah, I know you hate that.
Because I don't like it. I'm Nadine. That name is taken. It's spoken for. Move along. Like, unless you're named after me, like my niece, that's fine. She can have it. But other than that, find your own name, people. So yeah. So every single time that got brought, I will say, it helped that I love Chicory so much.
Yeah.
So towards the end, I was like,
you're like,
okay.
well, his
But
wife is probably
then he talks
amazing.
about her being wrong, and I was like, Nadine's are never wrong. What are you talking about? Okay.
Oh, it's just because he really wanted the flea circus to be real.
Yeah. According to the other wife, it was real.
It was.
Favorite parts.
Literally everything that came out of Chicory's mouth. The bathtub book convo is so good. I
know.
Loved it.
And so many of them had like fun little bits.
They really did.
I also loved the part when Patrick was like, I can't think of a polite way out of this. So good. One of my favorite lines of the whole thing was when Chicory, after the horses got stolen, and the guy was like, my horse would never let someone like that on her. And he was like, you trained her in bigotry.
So good. He was so good. What a little dumpling. Oh, he was such a cute old man.
Yeah. And I do love that guy who was like, smart men don't get married. Then we later find out it's like, they get turned down.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So good. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what else my scare would have been? Is being afraid of hearing the leg get reset. Because I was, I did not want that. I the sounds of like bones doing things, I'm not a fan. Favorite part, did you do? Just the whole everything with Chicory?
Yeah, I just loved him, especially the bathtub book where they're talking about reading a book in the bathtub, and he's like, how do you not ruin the book? And like, how do you do it? I've dropped the book in the tub a few times. Like,
he's like, looking at my toes gets boring after a while.
Like, and then the idea of the music came, he's like, that's what I'm gonna do.
It was so cute. And now he can.
He can.
Hopefully. We assume. I mean, they still have a long journey back.
In my heart, they make it.
Yeah. Same. But boy, it was already a real struggle of a journey getting there, and that was with horses and several armed men.
Yeah.
I think that my favorite part overall, and it's a sad part, but was when the sheriff was like, you say goodbye to my wife, I'll say hello to yours.
Oh, that was
because I literally teared up,
so
and I was like,
sad.
I was like, man, I mean,
this
when a
movie just came out of nowhere for you, didn't it?
It really did. Because before we started, I was like,
yeah, because I told you it was a Western, and I was like, I don't like Westerns either normally, but I heard really good things about this one, and like, I love it when we jump into a non-traditional horror genre for horror. I think it's so fun. Like, I still haven't seen it, but I've heard really bad things about it. There was an X-Men movie made that was horror. It just had a lot of like post-production issues, like they kept delaying it. I just know it's going to be bad. I'm pretty sure it got bad reviews, and like it was just like chopped up because it was marketed as like X-Men mutant horror movie, like hardcore horror, and then they like kept switching it to be more superhero-y because I think they didn't have faith in it or whatever. But
yeah, and I will say I'm not like against Westerns, but we have unintentionally created a theme here where there's like
so much desert.
Yeah, so much desert. And the desert isn't my favorite place. It's already summer. I'm already at Amanda's, so I'm already not as cool as I'd like to be, even though I can tell that it's cooler in here than she'd like it to be. So, I mean, yeah, we've struck a balance, but I'm like staring at these deserts. But yeah, so I'm not like so against Westerns, but and also I had gotten real tired during the one that I felt like was dragging, the Dark and Wicked, or what's it called? And then even though Tremors was really good, I was still quite tired.
Yes,
but so the walk helped, and then this one was very, very good. I mean, I really, really liked this one. What would you rank it?
I'd probably give it 4 pumpkins just because it wasn't like as much horror as maybe I wanted, but I like 4.5.
Yeah,
I very, very much liked it. I thought the dialogue was excellent.
Yeah,
it was excellent.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the things that I'm, like, taking off for, because, I mean, I want to be realistic about there were, like, a couple little things. I think probably, like, a 4.6, because, and I will say, part of that got brought back up, because I have to balance the things I would take off for with the fact that Chicory lives.
Chicory does live, and we love him.
Yeah, and we were so scared! So, guys, we are, how many movies in? Let me check again. We are 7 movies in, and we are still having a good time. We're going to figure out what we're going to eat during this next movie. We're about to go watch Suspiria, and when we come back, hopefully we will have eaten.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll see how long it takes us to decide. Yeah. It is 4:50 p.m. We're not tired at all, and we're definitely not in a saltier mood because of how bad that movie was.
Tired?
Never.
I've never met her.
I'm not counting down the fact that there are 7 hours and 10 minutes so I can go to sleep. That's crazy talk. 7 hours and 20 minutes, because 10 minutes for me to drive home.
I wish you were staying up longer.
Always. And the fact that I teach tomorrow at church, it's just like chef's kiss, icing on the top of the cake, cherry on the sundae. All right, so we just watched Suspiria. And
the OG.
Yes, the original. Amanda's going to give us a quick summary, if you can.
I know. Best of luck to me. So basically, this American girl comes to this, we think German, dance academy.
Seems, yeah. Somewhere in Europe, we believe.
Yes, definitely European. Things are weird and off to begin with. People be dying.
Very true.
And guess what? It's run by witches.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I had to summarize it, I would do it in 2 words. Ballet, witches. But don't get excited about either.
I know. You would think exciting.
I know. Sounds literally right up my alley.
Also, not enough
ballet. No.
There's more ballet in the remake, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, but I feel like, was that Dakota?
It was.
I hate her. Well, I don't hate her, but I don't like her. So I literally, as soon as I saw her in that, I was like, did she do ballet, I wonder? Because that's the other thing.
I don't know.
If you have actual dance experience, then maybe I can bear it. But scare.
I'd say I was a little surprised when the bat flew through the bathroom window.
That's fair.
And then...
And fully attacked her.
And then she literally murdered it. Like, she had trapped it, caught it, and could have grabbed it in the towel and released it outside. But no, she took a stool and smashed it.
Yeah.
And then left the corpse in the bathroom.
Like a lunatic. Everything that she had done in that bathroom was the acts of a self-centered, crazy person.
Yeah, someone who's like, the help will clean it.
I do think that this, like, surprised me, but it was at the end of, like, a very weird sequence. But when that girl got locked in the room and then the people were breaking in, and then when she jumped into the barbed wire...
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it was insane that she jumped without looking, like, truly insane. but jumping into a big thing of would be terrible.
No one expects to jump into a pool of barbed wire in a dance school.
No. Why would you?
No. This is one of the ranches from one of the westerns or
exactly
southwestern setting shows we watched.
I know. And I will say it was also surprising when the dog attacked the blind man.
Oh, that was so sad.
It was very sad.
He loved that dog.
I know. They were
Them
besties.
witches.
And that dog ate him.
Yeah.
Laughs.
I liked it in the beginning part. I wasn't fully paying attention, but I did catch this when this one girl is in this room and the windows just fly open, and immediately her roommate or whomever walks in and is like, "You should close these."
Yeah.
She's like, "I didn't."
I think my laugh was basically like right after that, where like the way that she says her next line is so over the top and dramatic that I was like, oh, this is terrible acting, but to the point where it's funny. Like, yeah, I think we probably only laughed at a couple things right in the beginning because I think very quickly we got annoyed. And then it's much harder to make the laughs happen.
Yes.
Least favorite parts? What was the worst of the worst?
I mean, because it's like an Italian film that's like has American actors, they just always dub it, so most of it is like dubbed poorly.
Yes.
Which drives me absolutely insane. I hate dubbing. Like, I will watch a foreign film in the original language rather than watch it dubbed in English.
Yeah, which wouldn't seem like a big deal to normal people. Amanda hates reading. No, I'm just kidding. But like for watching movies.
Yeah. And then the other thing I hated was the dance coach. She was terrible.
Yeah.
The way she treated the blind piano player when she was kicking him out, she's like, "Your dog bit this evil child," and then she was like, "Oh, you need to leave," and then she threw his cane and jacket into the middle of the room.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing I'd ever seen.
Smiling the whole time.
Do you think it's making this up?
Definitely.
I think that probably my least favorite part was just how it was so intentionally and over the top and like unearned weird. Like they tried way too hard to make it weird instead of it just being like naturally weird, and it didn't follow enough of a storyline for that. Like,
I will say this is how most Giallo films play out. They're all kind of weird and hard to follow from the ones that I've seen.
Yeah. What was your favorite part?
The decor.
I almost put that.
The wallpaper.
Yeah. Some of it was pretty to look at. Some of the, like, stuff in general. I loved the food tray they brought her. I was like, I would love for someone to bring me a cute little food tray like that.
Yeah, I loved that.
Not poison.
The colorful wallpapers and such.
Yeah, the curtains.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite part was just the fact that there was ballet involved at all. Even though it should have been a lot more. Yes. Also, I did like the pool, but even then, they showed us them treading water for a billion years for no reason.
So long on that pool.
Yeah, everything that I wanted to like, they found a way to ruin, basically. Plot quality, terrible.
Yeah, not super easy.
I don't know why I say.
To follow. Tired. That's why.
Yeah.
Sleepy sleeps. Yeah, not easy to follow.
Like you just trailed off mid-sentence.
There was like a character that gets introduced, and it seems like they've just known him forever.
Yeah, the guy who knew the girl that jumped into the barbed wire.
I'm like, maybe you met him like for a minute at the very beginning of the movie, but I don't recognize this man's face at all.
No. Don't remember him being part of anything. He felt totally out of nowhere.
Yes.
Was wild. Yeah, I am disappointed too, because like I guess it's just like, you know, everything coming full circle. It's like Bone Tomahawk, I had like low expectations and was so happy. Suspiria I was excited about and disappointed. What can you do?
Yeah,
so the final rankings, how many pumpkins do she get?
Like one pumpkin.
If even.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, I'll do one on the benefit of the doubt that on a rewatch in a better mood, I might enjoy it more.
Yeah.
But honestly, I could go lower. Like, but I won't. Yeah, we are...
One Sleepy Hollow pumpkin.
Yeah, we 8 movies in. And in case you're wondering what we ate, it was fried chicken. And we got these things called frosted lemonades. And when Amanda's got here, she was like, I wish this was more ice cream, less lemonade. So good.
My cat ate a pickle.
Oh, yes, Peppy the pickle.
A pickle slice.
Yeah. Poor little pickled Peppy. Well, not poor. He's happy as a lark.
Yeah, he couldn't be happier, and I couldn't be more concerned.
He's okay. He's living the dream. All right, we are going to go watch Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. See you guys in 134 minutes.
Cool.
We back. All right, so we just watched Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Amanda's going to give us a quick summary.
Child star whose sister became more famous in adulthood wound up growing to Baby Jane, the star character, the child star,
Yes.
grows to resent her older sister, her other sister, I don't know who's older, because she's an invalid and has to be taken care of, Blanche, the sister.
Yes, yeah. What were our scares?
I thought it was pretty unnerving, the part where Jane starts asking Blanche what to do and is retelling the accident story. I feel like the lighting was really good to, like, give that feeling of unease, and, like, she was definitely coming unhinged.
Yeah.
I mean, she was already bad, but, like, she was even more out of it.
Yes, yeah, that makes sense. Also, you definitely had a big reaction to when Elvira put the hammer down.
Oh,
Because I mean, we all knew. Yeah, it was no good. I think for me, it was when Blanche had finally gotten herself down the stairs and was on the phone, and then you hear, and like Jane intentionally swung the door loud to be like, the face that Blanche made of like that, I don't want to know this is true, so like I don't even want to look. I was like, yeah, I feel that. Laughs? Some good laughs.
I really like this one part in the like very beginning. It was just so random and just like not even needed to even be there. But it was like this random audience member saying to this other audience member, "Ma'am, can you take off your hat?"
Yeah, that was.
It was just so random. And, like,
I loved right at the very beginning too, just Blanche off stage watching her, like so jealous and upset. Like that was funny. I mean, it became tragic, but it was funny at the beginning. Also, for sure, probably my favorite funny part was him taking the whole tray of finger sandwiches.
yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my gosh, so good. Oh man. Also, when she gave him the doll, that was so cringy and awkward and unpleasant that it was very funny. Because it was like, what is happening right now?
I know.
And then the ice cream, that'll be 40 cents. Thanks!
Just walks away.
No pay. So good. Very funny. What were our least favorite parts?
I've written a letter to Daddy number in the beginning, and they keep showing up later on. The song is upsetting.
Yeah.
And it's even more upsetting from the beginning. It's a little boy who requests it, and you're like, why?
Yeah. Honestly, I think that my least favorite part is the very end, because it's like you feel so sympathetic for Blanche this whole time, and like such terrible things are going on towards her, but then to find out in the end that she's just as bad as Jane and was trying to kill her sister and let her take the blame for it, and I was like, oh, yuck.
Yeah.
Like, I sympathized with you this whole time, and now I feel dirty.
Yeah, you tricked me.
Yeah. Favorite parts.
My favorite part was when Elvira just straight up lies to Jane and is like, well, I don't have the keys, and then just doesn't get on the bus and goes back into the house, because that's what we wanted.
Yes.
That's what I wanted.
I know. One of my other least favorite parts could have been when Elvira just, like, took the day off, even though, I'm sure she knew in her heart.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that my favorite part, it's weird, but I really liked Jane's makeup and how awful it was.
Oh
like,
my
I think
gosh.
that really played into, like, that she's wearing a mask, you know, like, all the time, and just trying so hard to, like, put on a happy face, even though she's, you know, she needs, like, psychiatric intervention. Yeah, it was interesting. Plot quality. Fine. I would say on the side of good, but like not crazy, not to the point where it's like, oh, perfection. But
yeah, because I don't like the twist doesn't do it for me.
No, yeah, I did not enjoy the twist.
Yeah, it was like killing your sister. That's like a huge thing. I mean, maybe she was mean all the time, but you just said she was just mean at that party and making fun of you.
Well, and also, yeah, just stop living with each other. Just stop being around each other so much.
Oh.
You were both making plenty of money.
Take that clause out of your contract if you really want to get her out of your life.
Exactly. Like, yeah, there were a lot of other things that you could have done to get back at her.
Yeah, taking the clause out would have ruined her.
Yeah. When she served her that bird, that was her bird. Oh, so sad.
Upsetting.
So horrifying.
I'd say, for me, just 3 pumpkins. Like, it was fine. I'll probably never watch it again.
Yeah, I would also give it, you know, okay, I would probably do 3.2. I probably would watch it again if I was around someone who wanted to see it. Like, I wouldn't be against watching it again.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go to it by myself either.
Yeah.
But it was solid enough. So it is 7:19 p.m. We are 9 movies in, 3 movies left. We're 3/4 of the way done.
So close.
It's only a little over 4 hours before we can go to bed. Not that we're looking forward to it. We never want to go to bed, ever.
No, I don't plan on it.
No.
I'm going to stay up longer.
Like we said, since we had to pay money to rent most of these and it gives you a 48-hour rental period.
Do it again! Woo!
Play it back in the 24th. Oh my gosh. So we are going to go watch Only Lovers Left Alive, and then we'll be back. I am excited for this one. Although I was also excited for Suspiria, and I got burned.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we see.
I mean, you never know.
Okay, we're back. We just watched Only Lovers Left Alive. Amanda's going to give a quick summary.
So it's a movie about 2 immortal lovers, Adam and Eve, who happen to be vampires.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, just coping with the trials of immortality and family, I guess.
Yeah. Scares? There were none.
Yeah. I mean, the closest thing was just, like, I mean, they were, like, talking about their dreams about the sister coming, and then it turns out she's just, like, kind of annoying.
Yeah, exactly. Or there's, like, the moment when Eve's like, she's not in her room, and then it's exactly what everyone would have ever guessed would happen.
Yeah.
Like, it was not surprising. Laughs? There were some of those. Not that many, but...
Yeah. I liked it when Tom Hiddleston's character, Adam, scares the Dr. Watson character. He just pops up behind him. He's like, what?
I liked when he called him Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, this is stupid, but I also thought it was very funny when they have, like, the little vial of, like, the only decent blood left, and she takes a sip, and then she very almost closes it before offering Adam any, and then it's, like, an afterthought that she's like, like, there you go.
Well, I've been apart for a while.
Yeah. Least favorite parts?
Probably that one song in the end. It's not that the song's bad, it's just, like, showing it from beginning to end. It's, like...
A lot.
It's too long.
Yes.
Then they're just standing there watching it. Like, if I wanted this, I'd go see live music myself.
Hated the spinning filming in the beginning. Too much. I just really struggled with the pacing. Like, so slow, I thought. I think so much of it could have been cut. And then also, I very much hated that they all had such dry hair. Don't understand why. They never explained why.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just the style or the stylist working on the film, but...
I don't like it.
Yeah, I think the movie's just more about, like, the vibes and the music than anything else.
Yeah, which I'm sure would be fine.
If you weren't tired.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I do still think that I would be like, well, this isn't the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
But I think that I'd enjoy it more.
Yes.
Favorite parts?
Oh, I really liked that they were just, like... these, like, total opposites, and I liked that, like, them wearing the black and white to, like, kind of show that. Mm-hmm. But I also just really like Tilda Swinton's Eve. Like, she was, like, so, like, positive and able to find so much joy in life, even after, like, living it for so long.
Yeah. I will say, I just really liked their love. Like, I just thought it was very cute. And I did like, too, after she had found the bullet, like, when she, like, pointed it at herself and he, like, got so upset, and it's like, dude, this is what you're doing. Like, this is the pain you're causing. So, plot quality?
I mean, it's not the greatest story ever told. It's just kind of like a snippet in the life of these immortals. There's nothing special.
Yeah, I just think it needs to move quite a bit faster and throw in a little bit more action, some more dialogue. There were, I mean, if I put out all the parts of this movie where it's just, like, quiet music playing, I think it's got to be at least 30 minutes. Like, so much. So that's too much for one movie, I think. So what would you rank it?
I mean, I probably would just give it a 3 pumpkins, but I'm going to give it 3.5 because it's vampires.
Oh,
and
that's
I really
nice
like
of
vampires.
You. 1.6 pumpkins for me. It really, it wasn't, like, bad, but I was not impressed in any way.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, it is 9:23. We are going to watch Don't Breathe. It's our penultimate movie. Hello, we're back. It's all fake. Anyway, we just watched Don't Breathe. Quick summary from Amanda.
So, basically, Don't Breathe is about these, like, young adults in Detroit who decide to rob this home of this blind veteran. And there's some surprises in the basement that they don't know about.
That's true.
And this guy he's wily.
Yes, yeah. This guy is not what you expect. Scares. For once in the lineup of tonight, one that is heavy and scares.
Yes, many a jump scare.
Yeah, which I mean, it's nice because it's a balance.
Yeah. Yes.
We like to really curate the experience.
Another movie set in Detroit. We're on theme.
It was on purpose.
Subconsciously.
We're never like, oh, this again. Never. We're always like, thank goodness we think everything out.
Yeah. I mean, I really love the first Rottweiler jump scare because you don't see it coming. They're just in the car and then boom, dog.
Yeah. I literally screamed because it doesn't seem like a place where a jump scare is gonna be.
No, they're
like,
doing recon. It's bright daylight.
Yeah.
They're not even doing anything wrong yet, technically.
I know. I am also legit scared of dogs, so like would be scary to me. And then the other one that got me that I like definitely actually jumped at was the kidnapped girl when she came out of nowhere.
You're like, wait, what?
Yeah. So well done. Like I will say the jump scares were all well done too. Like none of them were like those really cheap jump scares where it's like just a noise or like you know. They were all I was pleasantly surprised with how the scares were done. Laughs, really pretty much just that one laugh at the beginning.
What was that?
The sediment.
Oh yeah.
What was the other? What was he trying to say?
Settlement. He was trying to say settlement, but he said sediment because he's dumb.
They all dumb.
Yeah.
Just some of them think they're not dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really find really much. There's not a lot of funny to go around. I mean, it's a pretty messed up situation all around.
Yeah. Least favorite part.
The turkey baster part.
It's
you're
upsetting.
Like, you're like, oh,
nothing that happens with that turkey baster
so
is fun to watch.
No, you're
it's
like,
all,
no.
Yeah. I didn't like where it was going. I wasn't excited about where it ended up. I mean,
it was all, you're like, what?
Yeah. Oh, yuck.
Oh, wow.
Yuck.
Old man semen everywhere.
I think my least favorite part was I just didn't feel like there was anyone for me to root for, and I would have liked to be able to like root for one character.
Yeah.
And I could tell that they were like trying to make the girl that character by being like, she has noble reasons, but I'm not convinced that she has noble reasons yet. Like I do think that her sister needs someone to protect her, and that's great, but like you have not shown me that she's some great older sister.
Yeah, she doesn't seem responsible.
No, she has a terrible boyfriend that she's planning to move her sister in with, just like her mom. Like that's one of her main complaints about her mom, but she's about to do it to her little sister. I'm not convinced.
Yeah, and then just throwing money away on tattoos when she's like, I'm trying to save money so me and my sister can get away.
Yeah, not my favorite. So I would have loved to have one person that I really felt like I could have rooted for. That would have been nice.
Do you think, like, if you had seen a spot where the, like, sister was really doing something, you would feel better about her?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I still don't know that she would have been, like, one of my favorite characters, but I think that there would have been some line. And I do like that, like, she did not want to leave without saving the kidnapped girl. That was nice. But it is also, like, she just doesn't have correct morals. Like, she doesn't see anything wrong with them stealing from people. And it's wrong to steal. Like, I'm not a fan. And worse, to break in and, like, when someone's home and steal. Because you can really hurt, like, it can go so bad so quick. Like it did.
It did.
Example A.
Yeah, everything went wrong.
What were our favorite parts?
I really liked the night vision part because it was like actually night vision. Like they didn't have there was no lights. Like you could tell the way the actors' eyes were in the night vision that they were like, I literally can't see anything I'm doing.
Yeah. I really liked, although I will say I was annoyed that they kept moving around so crazy much when they couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
I was like, do you know how likely it is that you're going to bump into him? And what do you think is going to go right? Like, what how do you see this going well?
They just panic.
Yeah.
Just panic.
I think my favorite part, and it's small, but I liked when the boyfriend went into the room where the old guy was sleeping, and then he did actually, like, they had a plan of what they were going to do to try to keep him asleep. Obviously, it didn't work.
Yeah.
But the whole time, I was just so angry, because I was like, what's their plan? Why are they doing this? And then when he actually had a plan, I was like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough. Plot quality. Fine.
Yeah, I mean, the kids, these young people needed money. They found someone with money. It was the wrong someone.
Yeah.
And then things went very awry.
Yeah.
And there were twists and turns.
Yeah. I know. It was sad, too, that the guy got killed off, who, like, could have been a love interest in the second one. But they're like, no, final girl. We move on.
Yeah.
Fine, you got your final girl, you got your villain. All done.
Yeah. She can meet someone new.
I mean,
They always do.
It's not a problem. But yeah, so not bad.
I'll probably also give this one a 3.5 pumpkins because, like, it's like, I think it's like a decent horror movie, and like, I'd watch it again. It's easy. It's an easy watch for me, at least.
Yeah. Same, not groundbreaking. I would watch the sequel, but I wouldn't be like crazy excited for it. Like, I would watch it here, but I probably would not pay theater money unless a bunch of people really wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
So I honestly, I think that's like pretty much exactly right. I'm gonna go 3.6 just because I don't like fives. So I'll give it the extra just as like a tip.
Here's your tip.
Exactly. You guys, it is 10:59, so we're gonna go watch Practical Magic. We are going over, obviously, but what can you do? I don't know where we went wrong. I think our movie reviews
they're
were
too
longer
long.
than we thought they were
they're
gonna
supposed to be 4 minutes.
Some of them were short.
One of them is like 4 minutes. The others are like 10 minutes.
I feel like there were a couple we did that.
They're 5 minutes, 8 minutes.
Yeah, we do what we do. But yeah, we're gonna go watch Practical Magic, and then we'll be done.
Yay! Sleep.
Yeah. I don't want it, though. I never want it.
Never want sleep. That's crazy. Who sleeps these days?
Crazy people. We did it.
Oh my gosh.
We had some close calls, but we were never actually asleep. Yeah, we just finished Practical Magic. Amanda's going to give us a very quick summary.
So basically it's the perfect movie about this witchy family and mostly focusing on these two sisters and
how the females in the family have a curse.
Yes, there's a family curse surrounding love, and mostly these two sisters' ups and downs in their love life.
So cute. Scares. Definitely, this is gonna be the hardest category.
Favorite. I think it's like I think it's like kind of tense when they're in the car with, what's his name? Jimmy. Okay, I thought it was Jimmy, but my mom was like, we're not sure.
Yeah. When
they're in the car with Jimmy and it's like, you don't know like really what's gonna happen, and then, I mean, if you haven't seen it before, and when Jilly talks to Sally in the mirror, I really like that part.
I love that part. Also, when Jimmy, like, goes to brand her, I mean,
gosh, horror.
Yes, because also I do think that it's, like, the jump scare of him being in the back seat, I think anyone could see coming if you have any experience with these types of movies, but the branding is like, what? Like,
and then when you find out that's his calling card for when he murders women.
Exactly. Ooh, very upsetting. Funny parts. Laughs.
I mean, it's
so many.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, I love the, like, opening joke where it's like their ancestors about to get hung, and she's like, I mean, she didn't really stand a chance. A lot of the men had wives on the hanging committee.
Yeah.
That she was supposed to be fooling around with.
I love when Jilly's in the phone tree meeting and that woman makes the mean comment about her and gets a little witch slap in the mouth. And they both just start giggling with each other, being like, you did it. It's so funny. I do think that my favorite one, though, is when the detective comes for the first time and she's so flustered and acting so ridiculous, Sally. And then she's like, you should know she has the worst taste in math.
Oh, I know. So
good. Least favorite parts.
This is a hard category. What's my least favorite part of this perfect movie?
Yeah, because it is perfect.
Yeah.
I will say, I can come up with one, but the real truth is that I wouldn't change literally anything. Except for, it is all white people. Is there literally anyone in this cast that isn't white? So, that would be a good change.
Yeah.
But other than that, I will say the thing that I was like thinking of for what could be my least favorite part, but again, I wouldn't actually change this, is how they keep using their sink for like receptacles of broken shards of things that are gonna cut them.
I'm drawing a blank. I'm real tired.
Well, we're too tired to dwell on this any
movie,
longer. I mean, I know we've only been going for less than 4 minutes, but so favorite parts.
I mean, I said this when we were watching. I love the part where she's a little girl and she makes a spell to stop herself from falling in love, and like how specific it was. I was obsessed with that as a little kid. And then I love the follow-up scene later on when her daughters realize that he's the guy, and then you see him on his little pony sitting backwards with the pony with a star in its butt.
Cute.
And it's so perfect.
It really is, though. Oh, so much of this movie is so, like, it's, like, heartwarming, honestly.
It's absolutely pitch perfect, and I can't even.
My favorite part is the kiss, the first kiss between her and the detective. I think it's literally one of the best on-screen kisses of all time. Like, top 10 for sure. Honestly, probably top 3.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
good.
all of Sandy's kisses in this.
They are. They're
So
all
good.
good.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the kiss with her husband, that first kiss in the
It's
middle
so
of the road.
cute.
The song is perfect.
The song is perfect.
The mood, the outfit, the passion.
I love that the dogs are running behind
It's
her
random.
for, like, no reason,
We
but
love
it's
it.
great.
I mean, the fact that they're just randomly, like, drawn to each other like magnets.
It's so good. So good. Yeah, we love it. We love practical magic, so as if I need to ask, what do you rate it?
I mean, it's total 5 out of 5 pumpkins. I would
Yeah.
give it more.
I would literally give it more. Yeah.
I would give it 10.
It's 5 out of 5. I'm happy to give it 10. It's a 10 out of 10 pumpkins movie.
It's a 10 out of 5 pumpkins.
Exactly.
It's so good.
It's true, though.
It's double anything else.
It's the perfect one. I'm so glad that we decided to end on it. It was the perfect, and we had midnight margs and everything.
Oh, so good. I love that
Yes.
part, too. And, like, it's such an awkward, funny part where they're, like, just talking trash about
Yeah.
each other, getting drunk on tequila.
Yes, and it's going, like, back and forth between being like, oh, we're all, like, happy that we're saying, and then being like, what did
I
you
can't believe I just said that.
Yeah, so good. So cute. Such good family dynamics.
Yeah.
I also love the cats.
The cat.
So
So
good.
cute.
And I just love the, like, kids in this movie, too. Like, even when it's, like, her, or, like Jilly and Sally as little kids, they're so cute. And then when it's Sally's little kids, they're so cute. Oh, just the whole dream. We love it so much. So thank you guys for listening in with us as we went on this 12-movie, 24-hour marathon. It is currently 1:04 a.m., so we did go over by quite a bit. We have a lot to say about movies, and we can't control ourselves.
We're a problem.
And for some reason, we always think that we're going to be able to control ourselves, and then we don't have that much to say.
No.
We don't learn.
I definitely don't feel crazy.
No.
Never. Totally sane.
Yeah. Like I said, I could go another 24 right
Let's
now.
do it.
Watching the same
The
movies we
same
just
ones. Can we watch the ones we didn't like twice?
Oh, man. But yeah, you guys, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Scary Movie Clubcast, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And today is Halloween! Happy Halloween!
Bye.
Bye!
Oh, gosh. Oh, it was in Spanish, too.
Yes, yeah, we started off with a subtitle one, which was just a wild choice that
My
we
bad.
made.
It's the Spanish Civil War.
Yes, okay, yeah, I think so. It was fun to just watch the go by. We're recording on the phone, so it has a lot smaller. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I'm so tired already.
So I feel like do you think favorite part is first, or do you, I can't remember, and it's
I
like
don't
driving me crazy.
remember, I don't really feel
I
like it
know
matters.
you feel it. It doesn't matter. It matters to me. Okay. Man, sometimes I make a note and then I'll even add stuff to it because I'm like, oh, you're not gonna remember, but then I'm like, no, you still didn't add enough. I don't know what you're saying. Just a hole. That's what it says.
Just a hole?
That's marketing.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But I was gonna compare it to like.
Oh, is that when Bert fell in the hole, the prairie dog hole? That was
Yes, it was. Okay, it was because he screamed.
Because he was scared.
Yeah, which is in this instance it's reasonable, but it's funny because during Death Proof, Amanda and I were talking about like men being babies because boy, Kurt Russell barely got grazed by that bullet, and you would think that he had been shot in the face.
Not that his arm got shot right off.
Yes, like such a baby. There we go. So just a hole got us there.
That could be the name of the whole 24 hours.
Just a hole.
What will it be? Oh gosh, no. Almost accidentally liked my own message. Kill me.
Embarrassing.
I know.